Hello, T.O. This is the Living Workshop, and today is Monday, June 30th, 2025. And one of these chickens just scratched my cornea. Yeah, they hopped all the way back and then hopped up on my shoulder, and then I thought maybe it'd be cool to look over at them. I was like, oh, it's kind of like a parrot, like a pirate parrot. And then literally they came over and just pecked me like directly in the eyeball. And I have like this little scratch up there now. It's fine. It'll go away in a couple days. But not great. Not great. Also, I've been sick the last couple days, so I'm getting over that. So we're doing this a little bit later in the day. I almost didn't do it, and then I said, whatever, let's just do it, and let's just say that I'm sick, and whatever happens, happens. So here we are. Cool. So first thing, we're going to say what we are grateful for. Oh yeah. So this weekend I went back down to Brooklyn. I did a mushroom talk on my art piece that was at the Brooklyn Waterfront Artist Coalition. It's down in Red Hook in Brooklyn. So I went down there and just talked about all my stuff. This is probably the chicken that bit me in the eye. Yeah, it was nice. But I had to drive. I was feeling sick Saturday. Had chills and all sorts of stuff. But I had to go do that, so I drove down there. It took six or so hours. I went to the talk, which was about 30 minutes, and then had to hang around for a couple hours before I could pick up my art pieces, and then hopped back in the car, and then drove all the way back up here. So today I slept in a little bit. Thought that was fair. Yeah. So with that in mind, I am grateful for the BWAC for selecting me to have my art there, and same thing, grateful for BK Mushrooms for supporting that. There's a guy Zeke, he's the Brooklyn Mushrooms guy, really good guy, and yeah, just grateful for them too. They're doing a lot of cool stuff in New York, mushroom wise. So keep an eye on that if you live in New York City. And third thing I'm grateful for is my lovely partner, Jen, because she has been very nice while I have been a sick sack of something. Yeah, she made up all these electrolytes, which is really nice. They're healthy electrolytes that don't have any other stuff, and she made those for me and got me water with magnesium and watermelon and stuff like that. I probably would have just laid in bed if it was just me, laid in bed and just suffered. So I'm really grateful for that, and a bunch of other things she does, but that specifically. So yeah, so those are the three things I'm grateful for today, and we're gonna show. We've got our reishi that's growing here. Our show reishi looks like it's grown quite a bit since Friday, even. It's been very warm. So usually in very warm weather, the rishis grow very quick. The other mushrooms will as well, but rishis tend to, in my experience, grow a lot quicker, especially in this sort of form. So let's just put up here. Let's just put up the picture of it without the covering on it, and so you can kind of see where it's going. And then we'll show it just back with the covering, the glass dome. So yeah, so it's growing kind of this way. So we're gonna turn it around and get it to kind of zigzag its way back because it's pushing up against the glass. So yeah, so that's our little update on the reishi. We should probably name that. Now. So cool. So now we're just going to go into a couple interesting things. We had people that were requesting me to say more interesting things. So So we have up over here, we have our chestnuts that are growing down in the basement. And if you look at, oh my goodness, that is a lot of blood. Jesus. Okay. All right, keep moving. So up there, you can see the first one, and then the second one, and then the third chestnut. And so it looks like the flushes are quite a lot bigger on these ones than they were the last set that I did. Still not enough information to really go on, but still, it's enough to keep experimenting with the beet pellets, because the ones that are fruiting way more are the ones that we experimented with the beet pellets and the small amount of soy hull. So that's exciting. That's exciting and that's cool. Because I've really been getting into the growing of the chestnuts and been giving them out to people and giving them out to like chefs and caterers and things like that, and they've been really liking them as well. So that's always nice because I like growing the things and then I can't eat them all. So I end up with an abundance of mushrooms, and then I gotta find people to take that abundance of mushrooms. Okay, next up on interesting thing, we've got our sweet chicken feeder set up. So I did that. You probably remember that from Friday. If not, we made this little chicken feeder, and I ended up, I'll probably try and figure out a different way, if I end up making one again, because I didn't like having a chop to cut the plastic. There's way too much plastic involved. Making microplastics is not how I like to do things. So, but yeah, it came out good, and you can see that it's hanging out with the girls. We'll see whether or not the chickens figure out how to use it. My thought is that if they get hungry enough, they'll figure out how to use it. This food right there. One of the things I'm curious about is whether or not other animals come and eat it. But what we do is we add a bunch of different things into it, like spicy things, because most other animals don't like spicy things, but the chickens can't taste, like pepper flakes. I think pepper flakes is specifically what you put in there. But the chickens can't taste the pepper flakes at all, so it doesn't bother them. But other animals won't. So that's cool. And then third thing real quick is just the bug bombs. Or the mosquito, I think, what are they called? Like the mosquito buckets of doom. Kind of dramatic. Yeah, I set a couple of them up out front, and I also set up a couple down in the basement because I have the mushrooms growing down there, and I'm hoping that it will also get rid of or keep any sort of mushroom gnats, fungal gnats that might pop up, because it says that it also kills them as well. So it's kind of a nice double dip. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of like the end of the day, so I just I've already done most of the things, but so we took Owsley for a walk. I have a couple more art proposals that I have to get in today that are in Brooklyn. One's for pieces that are like unfinished, so like I could put like one of the reaches in there because it's growing. And then another one based on like using like odd or popular mediums. So I feel like I'll probably get in with that as well. And then also the big thing is the Regen Intel course that I'm taking. I'm going to be a fellow in the Regen Intel course for the next January, July, August, for the next 4 months, so the next quarter of a year. It's really cool. It's how we're going to take this that we're doing right now and that we have been doing, and how we're going to kind of like get it actionable. So we already have all of our pieces kind of like set up in a small way, or I mean in the cheapest way that we can get the stuff to go as we ideated it. And then now we're gonna take this course, and it's all about regenerative systems and helping the earth, and a couple of the people that started it, wrote that book Drawdown, and set up that Drawdown project. I'll have to learn. I'll learn more about that when I start taking the course. I should kind of know that off the top of my head. We're winging it. I'm sick, so it's all good. Anyways, so yeah, I'm actually really excited about that. It kind of like was, again, it was something that I wasn't planning, and then it kind of just fell in, and they offered me like a really, 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 really big discount to just do it because I think they like my project and they want me to do it. So that's always sweet. And the added benefit is that I'll end up with, at the end of it, a nice whole, I gotta do like a presentation. I'll do like a presentation on everything, and it'll also put me in touch with a lot of other people that would be kind of hard to meet in the middle of the woods in Maine. So one of the great things about the internet is that now I can live in a place like this and still be able to connect with people all around the world, so I'm not cut off from everything. Yeah, I'm going to talk more. I'll talk more about this tomorrow. I probably should have led with this. Maybe I'll do like a whole video just on what this entails. And I'll probably be giving you updates of it while I'm doing it for the next 4 months. But yeah. So hopefully once we get that going, that'll help us get some funding, and then we can kind of really get this thing cruising. But we've already set up all the stuff. So, oh my God, whoa, okay, all right. I got a bunch of mosquitoes that bit me that have my blood on me. So, on that note, I'm going to call this. But yeah, I'll do another video about the Regen Intel, and I'll explain it again. I'll probably explain it all tomorrow. Again, this was, I'm not feeling well. What's up? But I wanted to make sure that I did this because I'm trying to keep up consistency. So whether or not this looks goofy and whether or not I didn't do anything properly, doesn't matter. I still made the video, and we're still doing it. So, cool. That's it. That's what I'm up to for today, and that's what I'm grateful for. And what are you grateful for? And what one tiny task can you commit to finishing today that'll bring you one step closer towards your vision of a better future for yourself and hopefully for all of us. I'm Tio. This is the Living Workshop. I should have flicked this button a little bit before so that it would time out, so that when I press this button, it just turns off. But I didn't, so now I'm sitting here trying to vamp up some time so it's not dead air before this thing sinks back up so that I can go check you tomorrow. I still don't think it did it. Okay.